From Wyoming.
Mr. Chair, I yield to Mr. Davidson of Ohio such time as he may consume.
Gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
I thank the chairman. I thank my colleagues, frankly, in the House. And it's rare today that we have an issue that doesn't break on party lines. And privacy, unfortunately, isn't unanimous. The Fourth Amendment's clear that if the government wants to search your data, they need to have probable cause and a warrant or a subpoena. The Fourth Amendment is a restriction on what government can do. It's not a restriction on commerce. Unfortunately, government agencies are buying non-public data that would otherwise require a warrant or a subpoena. Congress confronts an opportunity today to end that practice by passing the bipartisan and bicameral Fourth Amendment is Not for Sale Act. Nothing in this bill would prohibit a search, paid for or otherwise, of public information. It would, however, restore privacy protections grossly infringed by current practices. Congressman Higgins is offering, he's a career law enforcement officer, and he's offering an amendment today that makes that clear. We've heard from law enforcement agencies, and we want to make it clear, nothing in this bill is designed to make your job harder to do. But Mr. LaLota offers an amendment that I do adamantly oppose. Frankly, it strips much of the content of the bill, and I regret that I do oppose that amendment because it undermines the intent of the bill. Closing this data broker loophole is an important step towards restoring a government small enough to fit within the Constitution. And we could afford a government that small. Finding bad guys would be easier if you had perfect information on everybody and full surveillance all the time. It's been recognized that the Third Amendment was put in place despite the fact that we all might be more secure if we had a soldier stationed in our homes. But the Third Amendment prevents the government from doing that. The reality is the technology today effectively puts the government everywhere we go. We all essentially have a digital ID. It's a phone number, and we carry it with us. It's tracked. It goes to your car. Your car spies on you as well. And this data is being collected. People say, well, this amendment doesn't deal with all that. So let me address that concern. People back home might not realize that the way the committee structure in Congress is broken up into areas of jurisdiction mean that certain committees can deal only within their area of jurisdiction. So the Judiciary Committee can reform things in that committee of jurisdiction, but other committees like Energy and Commerce would have to address a broader topic. People wonder, why are there so many half-baked solutions to problems back home? Well, a lot of it comes down to our jurisdictions. We don't solve the whole problem often. So what about foreign governments buying our data? Congress in the House passed a ban on that last month. Just prior to the House ban, exporting your data was banned by executive order from the Biden administration. So these are safeguards that are bipartisan, and in some ways they've already reached to the executive branch. But again, the Fourth Amendment is designed as a limitation on what the government can do. I'm grateful to have the support of over 150 organizations, from Gun Owners of America on the one hand to the American Civil Liberties Union on the other. This is an issue that goes far and wide. It's important to understand, too, people might realize that if they've got a journal that they close it up and they keep it in their house, whether it's by their bed or in a bookshelf or in a safe, the government has to get a warrant or a subpoena to get access to that. But your electronic communications don't enjoy the same kinds of protection. They're not being protected by the Fourth Amendment because you've trusted a third party with that, like Gmail, like Microsoft, like Apple. Somebody has your emails. And because of that, the government is getting access to some of this very private information, non-public information, because they're able to buy it. They shouldn't be able to buy it, and if this bill passes and becomes law, they won't be able to buy it and bypass your Fourth Amendment rights. I encourage all of our colleagues to support this important legislation. And look, freedom surrendered is rarely reclaimed. We have such an opportunity today to reclaim the right to privacy that is supposed to be protected by the Fourth Amendment, and I hope everyone will join me in defending freedom today. I yield back.
Mr. Chair, I reserve the balance of my time.